Welcome to Who Put This On, Season 8, Episode 7, where we do something a little different. We watch the movie Choose Love, which we'll talk about why we did that, but shout out to King and Country. I'm Chris Lorenz.
You may encounter a child in threatening circumstances. This is Brian.
I'm all in. I don't know another way to be. This is Noah Singer.
So those are quotes from the movie Choose Love, which is a movie, but also kind of a game. Because it's a choose your own adventure Netflix thing, which I think this comes down to one of the first things Netflix did as their choose your own adventure was the Bear Grylls show. So we did that. Mm-hmm. And then last year or the year before, they came out with a WWE one. Yeah. And in their little caption, it says it said it was a reality show. So I'm like, I mean, we got to do it, but it was just not a reality show in any definition of the word reality. So I thought it would be fun for Love Month to do another one, Choose Love.
Yeah.
And see if it's any better than the other two pieces of hot garbage we watched. And I think it is.
Ooh.
Hooray, we landed
Boys,
one.
hot take. Ooh. It's better than garbage. It's better than garbage.
What a bar.
The bar was real low. So this is a rom-com where, this, relatively good-looking woman, gets, a chance to be with three really hot-looking guys. Mm-hmm. And you get to choose how you really get to choose the trajectory of this person's life. In so many ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get to choose which guy you want to go with. It's kind of like a female power fantasy. It's like a power fantasy show. I think the choosing part of the show worked really well for me, at least. How does the choosing different options work for you guys?
I mean, I think it works out well. Especially so many shows we watch invite people to watch it together. Think of all the people that do bachelor watch parties. And so I think there's a thing here where rom-coms, people like to watch them together, and now you really get more invested in the watching experience. I think that's a really nice trick.
Yeah, I mean, you get really invested in the people you choose.
Yeah.
Even when...
But Chris, we missed something. We got to say what the show was.
Oh, I totally forgot. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me get the audience.
Spoiler alert here for the movie, but give us the movie description.
Yeah. So Cammie Conway has her life all mapped out, but something is missing. Cammie is faced with a range of choices as tempting as they are difficult, from real ethical dilemmas to lighter truth or dare. That's Choose Love on Netflix.
One thing before we get into the show, every week we have a poll to see what you guys thought of the show. Mm-hmm. And last week we watched Love in Translation, and you guys voted that a top third show.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
There we go. So tell us what you thought about this show on Twitter, or this movie on Twitter at Who Put This On. Anyway, back to the choosing of love here.
Yeah.
So I have all of our choices written down. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we just want to go. I don't think there's anything to really talk about for some of these, but we got Bad News, which was she was going to that. The movie has this framing device of the tarot cards, and they have all three of the guys have a tarot card. And then there's some weird plot line with the kid where we
that
tell
shows everything's going to come true.
We tell the little kid to give this bully the business.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good
choice.
I like that choice. I mean,
Kid
yeah, I
doesn't-
mean, he was being a pretty like weird, aggressive bully
Yeah. Yeah.
By
in
far the
front of
best
a
part,
parent.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was by far the best part, but it was a good part of the show for sure. But it was weird to be that mean to another kid in front of like a parent or like an adult, like a presumed parent.
I
Yeah.
saw a kid run full charge and punch another kid in the stomach. That was pretty damn good.
Yeah. I mean,
That was what happened when you chose, given the business.
and we got introduced to one of the three men of the movie, Jack Mena. Jack Meno. Oh, Meno. TLDR, not a good guy, but we can learn more about him.
Well, do we know he was not a good guy?
No, he actually plays a very nice guy in the movie, but we just don't like him. Just as a fact. We just don't.
Who's weak?
Just as a fact here. Yes. Spoiler alert. We went through two endings of this movie, and we did not go through the ending with Jack.
No, because he plays a very good guy in the movie. He plays a guy that does all this charity and very selfless, and he's a teacher who somehow has these like very long lunch breaks, but we won't get into that. And
He's also a hippie. He went to he's like protesting on his day off, and he's like, what foreign country did he go to after high school?
I think it was Guatemala.
Guatemala. Yeah, something like that.
Yep, that's right.
He some sort of Peace Corps-esque situation, probably.
Yeah, exactly. But again, we don't like him.
Yeah, but we did have her kiss him though,
Yeah,
which was one of our choices.
Yeah,
We were just
because-
going for all the options.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to spice it up.
Yeah, we want to pour some hot sauce on this. Like
Noah
let's see where-
was our spice indexer. He was like, "This is the spicy one," and the one pick I chose, you're like, "I don't know how spicy this one was." I'm like, "Well, it seems spicy."
That was like to mention Paul or not, I believe, on her date
Yeah, don't mention or mention.
with Jack Meno. Yeah,
No, it was like something when she was going to go record. She was going to they were talking about a ride with Rex. And it was like, do you make it business or not? Like, do you want it to be just business? And we chose the other option, which I don't remember. And I went just business. And that was the one.
Yeah. Just
Anyway.
keep it business.
I enjoyed the 3-player watch because we could yell at each other about what the choices should be, and we could laugh, and we could cry together, and we could snuggle. I mean, there's a lot of crying in this, in this show.
so we had Jack, and we should cover off on the. So we talked about Jack Meno. We mentioned Paul, and so let me tee up Paul just quickly. So we get into the movie, and part of what the movie description talk about is she's been in a long-term, serious relationship with this guy named Paul. We see Paul and Cammy doing board game night at Cammy's sister's house with her husband. And so he's in. But
yeah,
Cammy's
sure.
not sure.
And they're like the best players at that game I've ever seen in my life.
Very good.
This is always like that Pictionary. It's not Pictionary. It's Taboo. This is always the thing: is if somebody's good at games, they're always playing Taboo, and these two people are like they're in sync, right? Like when they're playing Taboo so well, like better than humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
In their
Yeah, you have all those inside references that you can just go and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, for sure. And this becomes like definitely sets them up to be like, oh, you should be rooting for them, I think.
Yeah,
Personally.
it sets it up, right? Like, Paul's the good guy. It's a stable relationship. He's a good lawyer. He's got a nice house. Like, this is the path to play, Cammy.
He wants to marry you.
Yeah, Cammy, like, make the right decision. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So they definitely try to steer you towards Paul for sure.
Yeah. He does have a real material fault about him. He likes plain potato chips.
Oh my god!
I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, and the plain potato chips.
That's a
I
red
think
flag.
I think
Red flag.
I think plain can be fine.
No. Plain can be
Like,
fine if you have dip. If you got dip.
If he wants like a salty treat, like they can scratch that itch.
No.
What
no,
I don't, I would take plain over salt and vinegar any day. Any day of the week.
No way. Brian, what are you doing?
Salt and vinegar. Like, I think I would change it up, like, with something else other than just plain.
Yeah, but changing it up, plain would be the ultimate change up, Brian, because you don't ever have it.
No, when I'm getting bored with my snack, I don't want to get bored with my snack.
What do you think the cereal equivalent to plain chips is? Is it like Cheerios?
Cheerios. Or
Yeah.
no,
I think yeah.
Special K or whatever?
I was gonna say something like that.
Could
Cheerios.
be. Yeah, I think Cheerios or cornflakes, but even then, like, you have the milk, and so the milk can, like, at least make it a bit better. But, like, the plain chip, it's so let me clarify. Like, a plain chip, right, on its own, it's fine. But knowing that there's always alternative options that are, like, much better, why are you going for the plain chip? Why?
Like Chris said, to change it up, apparently. It's like, fuck all this interesting stuff.
Maybe to make sure that they read the, like, what do they call it? I can't think of the name of so they read the contract to get what he needs in his room,
Oh, you're thinking it's like a brown M&M situation.
Yeah. It's like, who wants plain chips? This guy wants plain chips.
So,
see, he's throwing people off.
So Cammy knows that Paul likes plain chips so much that she's gonna send him a picture of it. Like, this isn't like a casual. It is to the level of, wow, they have plain chips. Let me send you a message about this, and that's a red flag. That's a bad news. It's very bad news.
Well, then why did we continue going with this guy?
Well, until we found out. This came later in the show. Spoiler. Yeah, but, like, serious red flag. Like, I've talked about this as a legitimate thing in the past with people, that if someone liked plain chips as their go-to chip, that is a real red flag of...
Maybe I should start doing this. Every time I'm around you from now, I'm going to see if I can get some plain chips.
Yeah. I have called this out as a non-joking thing. No, like, it just shows the lack of, like, exploration and inquisitiveness.
But there's only like 3 chip flavors.
What if there's
bored?
In her thing.
No, I'm just saying, in general, there's barbecue. There's like onion and whatever. My brain's not working. Sour cream and onion and salt and vinegar. That's it. It's boring.
But so this is where I think the game's changed, right? Like, previously.
What do you mean? There's still 2 companies making chips, and they all have the same goddamn flavors.
No. So you go to any basic chip stand, you have at least Doritos going on there.
A chip stand.
Like, yeah, like a rack
But,
of chips at a
but
convenience
you
store.
can't call Doritos aren't chips.
But that's what I'm saying. When you get into their alternative options and they're going for chips and like, no, it's bad news, man. Bad news. Very bad news.
All right, let's talk about our third contestant on who we gonna bang.
Rex.
His name is Rex. He is a musician and she is an audio engineer, and she gets to at some point she gets forced to not work with Rex, but then we told her to tell Rex the truth. Rex really liked her and recorded with her. And, then we get to go down the lane of, do we like Rex? Do we not like Rex? Yeah. What do you think about Rex, Brian?
I think Rex is the most exciting one. I mean, if you're like with a rock star, all right, like might as well like see what goes on.
Yeah.
How old do you think the character is in this show? Like, she 30?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No. I'm going mid-20s.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, we know she went to college, right?
And she's an audio engineer.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we know.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what part of life you're at. Like, this Rex, they definitely try to steer you away from going with Rex. They give you multiple outs with Rex, as we'll get into. But like, he seems kind of like a dick when he like passes this like picket line thing situation, and like every time girls are swooning over him, and I feel like they were trying to get you to go away from Rex as your final choice.
I agree with that. I think that's pretty fair.
Well, so here's the thing. So, at the end of that like whole thing, so our 3 endings, we went through 2 of them. During like Rex's ending, they were trying to like shift it to like go back and like try out Ryan, like because it didn't even like give like the full back.
Definitely tried to get you to go back with Ryan or Paul.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah. They didn't want you to do this, but which is kind of weird. Like, this whole movie starts on a premise of Cammy's got to get a new bag, or she wants to get a new bag. She doesn't have to, but
that's not the premise of the movie.
she's jonesing for the bag.
I mean, she's definitely her hormones are out there. She's like, ooh, this guy looking pretty good. Oh, that other guy, he was good. He still could be good, right?
She's jonesing. Yeah.
She's putting it out there.
I think, yeah, like that's kind of, it's the energy she, putting into the world, and I don't know,
Yeah. So the first half you do a bunch of choices, but then at some point you get to choose in a dream whether you wanted to go with Paul, Rex, or Jack. And the first time we went with Paul, and we get right after that you get to choose if you want to quit your job or not. So you obviously quit your job because you're trying to make it spicy and whatever. But then the movie ends with you and Jack getting engaged in like 2 minutes after this dream sequence is over. It's like this scene about quitting, and then she goes to see him and tells him, and then they get engaged with some magic trick. And then at that point, we're like, that was pretty quick. Let's go back and see what happens when we choose Rex instead of Paul. Yeah. And then Rex comes in, and literally, I thought they were about to have sex right there on that scene, but it was more of just like a makeout, but it was pretty intense. Like I didn't remember the Paul choice being nearly as spicy.
No, because Paul's not spicy, right? Paul's like, things are gonna go well. Like it's gonna be stable, gonna be happy.
Yeah, and then this thing with Rex, like Rex wants to sing with you and then take you on tour. Like that is like for somebody that wants to sing, that's like a dream goal. Like you're gonna elevate your career to like 800 million times because you don't have one.
Yeah.
So like this is the right, I think, life choice is to go with this rock star. Like, are you gonna marry this rock star? Probably not. Like, but you could definitely have some fun. You could get your singing career up. You get your audio engineer career up. Like, there's like so many reasons to go with Rex, and like not that many. Like, obviously, if she gave better Paul like vibes, like she really loved Paul, but we don't get those vibes, right? We get those like Rex, ooh. And like Rex attractive, but he's not like Brad Pitt or anything,
No. But even like with Paul, like I feel like we didn't get to know Paul enough. Like clearly there's a lot of story there, and like was this like a slow on the downhill, or like was everything good? Then like she just had a bad day. It's like, nah, I'm done, bro. Like what's going on here? Like we don't know enough,
I don't even think
I
like
agree.
anything was going wrong. Like at the beginning, it was just like, oh yeah, they're wholly in sync, and then it's just like, oh, here's somebody from my past that I liked, cool, and then oh,
So
here's
sad.
a hot rock star. Like it was just like temptation got in the way.
Yeah, so sad.
Yeah. I mean, we got to choose. We got to choose the best one for sure. She's got a career now. She's having a lot of fun. I feel like that Paul relationship, they're just sitting down watching 90 Day Fiance every night.
Yeah.
Like these people are going to freaking New Zealand. They're gonna go glamping. They're gonna do all this stuff.
Yeah, they probably will glamp. Funny enough, the guy that plays Jack Mena, he's from New Zealand. He's a Kiwi.
A Kiwi.
Yeah. Also, Cammy's boss at the recording studio, also a Kiwi. Very
Why?
heavy New Zealand.
I have a question for you, Noah. Who gives a fuck?
Seems to be a very heavy New Zealand influence. Very heavy.
And in another instance of who gives a fuck, the lead actor Laura Murano was Are You on the Smarter Than a Fifth Grader as an original classmate.
That's incredible.
What?
Original classmate.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Who cares? But
I mean, so on the New Zealand thing, I would imagine the New Zealand tax authorities do care. They need to collect theirs.
What? Oh my god!
You don't think that? Yeah, come on, they care.
I'm sorry. I'm lost. I'm lost in this. All right. So we go back. We pick Rex.
You beg the question, sir. We just got to answer them.
We picked Rex. Then they go to San Francisco. They do a fun dance. We make some picks. There is one pick I think we need to talk about. So we get to pick between two dresses, a crazy dress or like I don't know, some other normal looking dress. And we pick crazy. And then there's like a kind of a fun scene, but then they immediately put her in the normal dress. Like we don't get to see the rest of the movie with her in a crazy dress.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
like how many
it was
choices?
a bad dress, though. It was a bad dress.
Yeah, I know. But how many choices were like that? Where it's just like, oh, well, there's like half a scene that's different, like, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to get one of those maps to see like all the routes of the movie. I feel like the other Netflix Choose Your Adventure had that. You could like
Oh, Bandersnatch.
I forget which one, but like there was a website that you could like do all the chutes and ladders of the movie.
Yeah, I think that was Bandersnatch, which was arguably the best one.
Mm.
Oh, whoa. We didn't get to our ratings yet.
Shots fired.
I mean, like, I don't think there's anything that's going to compare to that. I'm not going to say anything compared to this, though. But
All right. So we did have to choose Rex, I think, 3 times to actually end up with Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Which was,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, that's fine. They tried to get us to go with Ryan a little bit, and when we rewound, it made us go back to like, I think like the protest.
Wait, who's Ryan? You mean Paul?
No.
There's Paul, Jack, and Rex.
Oh, is it Jack?
Jack
Noonan.
is the one we
it's
didn't
Jack,
really
yeah,
know.
Jack, yeah. Sorry, yeah, it was Jack.
You're confusing me. Stop confusing me.
No. But yeah, like
Yeah,
at
we
one
didn't.
point,
We
like
didn't.
you had the choice to go for Jack
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
at the protest.
We didn't do it. They also ended up in Vegas. I thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. Like,
Well, I don't
moving
think
the
they were
movie.
They weren't in Vegas, but they were like
No.
they had like the backdrop of Vegas. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it adds to like the rock star life, right? Like they're supposed to go to San Francisco, then turn the air, we're going to Vegas. Oh, now we're in Paris. Like it's rock star life. They needed to sell it.
All right. So, do you think that Laura Murano, this is her apex or not?
Nah.
I mean, what about Smarter Than the Fifth Grader though? I think that's apex.
I feel like she's in her apex. Like all she's doing is like these Netflix rom-coms. She's in like 2 other Netflix rom-coms.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
Perfect Date, this,
she's in the movie.
and The Royal Treatment.
She's in the movie Lady Bird. It's a big movie.
But she's not the star. Like she's starring in these movies.
Yeah. I mean, she's definitely on the up and up. Yeah, I mean, it could be the current one, although the Royal Treatment, she was also a co-producer, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not saying that this movie is her apex, but like she's at the apex of her career.
I think, it does like that. Holy shit. I'm looking at her filmography. Incredible. In 2015, she did a voice role for a little-known Disney XD show called Pickle and Peanut.
Yes.
That is
What do you want me to do with that information?
everything's a downhill from there. Like that is apex. Pickle and Peanut.
All right.
Amazing.
Who do you think is the worst human being in the movie? Not the actor,
Cammy.
but just like the worst. Like it's got to be Rex, right?
The boss.
No, it's
the
Kimmy.
Boss man.
Oh. All right, I would go with Boss Man.
I mean, like the way we made Cammy act. Potentially, we did get to choose the choices, though.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, Netflix also made it like that. Like the Paul ending was so short, and then it's just like you want to go back to one of these other endings.
Yeah. But no,
Paul was such a boring ending.
Yeah, Boss Man just has donuts and M&Ms on his desk, and he's like trying to pawn them off on people. Like these people have like no body fat. Like, what is he doing?
What?
He was willing to give her a raise, though, just not what she wanted.
$10,000. We don't even know
That's
what
like,
for what.
Like, we don't know what percentage that is.
No, like I don't know how good a sound engineer she is and how much they make. Like, I'm assuming she's not making.
I think
like,
they make I think they make like software engineer level money.
do they really? Oh,
I think so.
I mean, considering she got a major talent. Considering she got major talent to just take her up, yeah, she's good.
Yeah. So according to the internet, not that much.
What relatively.
So as of February 13th, 2024, the average annual salary for a sound engineer in Los Angeles is $82,000. Top earners making $140,000. Maybe super high end like 276. Like, but like,
are they making points on the? Are they making points on the back end?
Bard or Gemini, Google doesn't go into that.
But that's what she wanted. That's what
she wanted. So probably not, right? But like, I'd say,
yeah.
In general, she's like probably 100,000 a year, right? Like, that's not. I mean, if it's like super entry level, like, maybe software engineer, kind of, right? Obviously not like big tech, but startup, yeah, sure.
But she's willing to walk away from it, so it's like, it's a lot to walk away from.
She got Rex in the bag.
Yeah, but if she doesn't bang Rex, do you think that he would sign with her? Like,
I don't know. So.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I feel like I don't think so. I think that, like, the next day the memory starts fading, unless that song that they make together, like, is a banger, like, it's not happening.
I agree. Yeah.
But I think that, like, it would be.
You heard the song. That's not a banger song. Calm down.
They just worked well together. He still has an opportunity to make money.
Yeah, but she doesn't. There's definitely a difference between going like solo sound engineer versus like this big studio. Was it a big studio? Do we even know?
It was a recording studio. Like, they own the space, right? So I don't know if it's big, but there's also a lot of like small recording studios. I don't really know much about that world, but I just don't think that matters as much, right?
Yeah, it does. It doesn't matter. All right. Well, let's get some drink.
Well, one thing at the studio, though, that they made very clear in the show, they have Nespresso coffee. They made that very obvious that they serve Nespresso.
And this is how you use it.
Yeah, and this is a storyline in the movie. Like, I like how much is. Yeah, they smacked you over the head with this.
Yeah. Let's get some drinking rules on the books here, I think. I don't know if we want to do general rom-coms or like this specific one.
I think we got to do this. Gotta, right?
Okay. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm never watching this again in my life, so.
For the people that listen that will watch it.
Okay. Anytime you make a choice, take a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, what do you got for me?
Anytime you cringe thanks to excitement between Paul and Cammy, take a drink. Come on, battery replacement day for smoke detectors.
Yeah, that's a reason to break up already.
Right. It really is. Every time they show people that should be eating food, but they're not eating food. They're just holding the food, or the food is just sitting there.
Or ADR the food in later.
Yeah, it's take a drink. It was very annoying in this. Like, oh look, we're kind of pretend eating. We're not really eating.
But that's how all shows work.
No, not all shows. Like, the better shows, they actually eat now. Like, they show them taking a bite, and then they'll go like,
because they just they tell ChatGPT to put it in.
Yeah, but nah, it's so annoying. She was holding like a bitten wrap in her hand while they were eating lunch, and she never just ate it. Just never ate it. Like terrible. Very annoying. Take a drink every time you notice this.
Okay. Brian, you have another one?
I think you got to finish your drink at the bedroom scene, the bedroom dream scene.
That's good.
Because everybody's got to be thirsty during that.
Yeah. Take a drink every time you notice a new tattoo. There was a lot of like tattoos that kept popping out in the show.
Oh, like during that whole scene? Okay, yeah.
Well,
Or were there more?
there's one scene, but then also she has a little tattoo on her hand, like by her pinky.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's like sometimes you start like, what was that tattoo doing there? You know, take a drink.
Anytime they obviously make out or hold hands or take a relationship to the next level. And when they say, I love you.
Yeah. Take a drink every time they. Oh man, Wait, why did? Oh yeah, here we go. Sorry. Every time you hear the song "Working at the Car Wash."
oh yeah, because that's dude's ringtone. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
All right. How do you think this compares to the other choose your own adventure stuff you've seen?
Nothing compares.
I'm still gonna say Bandersnatch beats it. I think that experience like was by far their apex, and everything else will never match up to it. But this is probably the second best.
Yeah, I think this is so. I think if you like rom-coms and you like watching rom-coms with people, I think this is very well done. Like, if you're into the Hallmark movie, Lifetime movie thing, and you like just like watching it with folks, like this is great. It is perfect for that. So yeah, I think it's very perfect for it.
Yeah, in terms of choose your own, I like Bandersnatch was, I think, disappointing because I don't think the choices like helped with the plot or like connected with me as well. It was like this being a rom com and getting to choose the guy you want them to be with was like, I think I want this in every rom com. I want to be able to choose if you go with this guy or that guy or not. Like, I think that was brilliant. I think it was really, really like use the choose your own adventure kind of style to like more of a power fulfillment like level. Like I think it added something to it. You could be like, I want to be a rock star, so I'm going to go with a rock star guy because he's going to make me a rock star. Or I want a family dependable guy, so I'm going to go with Paul. Or I want to be with the hippie high school sweetheart, which you could go with that. Like, I think that's way more. I think that's way more like on point for the choosing part. That said, I did see Final Destination 3, I think, back in, or 5, back in the day on DVD, and it had a choose your own adventure mode. It was pretty fun to choose how people died. So,
Yeah, I think that's nice for a
pretty
movie
fun.
like that. It keeps like the levity of it too, which I think is a nice balance for something that has gruesome murders.
Yeah. But I think in both of those instances, the choosing added, I think, to my enjoyment of like watching that genre. So, should we do? Should we do ratings? How do you want to rate this? Is this compared to other choose your own adventures, other reality shows, other movies?
I think dealer's choice when you make the rating. You don't have to you don't have to explain yourself.
You have to specify. You don't have to specify.
No, you just rate it. No objectivity, no rationale. Just fuck it. Whatever you feel like it deserves.
So I think it's a middle third movie. I think it's a top third choose your own adventure because I think those are hard to do, and I think this does a really good job. Noah, what do you got for me?
I'll actually agree with you, spot on. Like I don't have anything more to add on it. I think you nailed the rating.
Brian, what do you got for us?
All right, I'll go top third for interactive experiences. I'm going to compare it to other reality shows because there's enough going on that it would probably be like maybe a 6-episode quick reality show thing. You know what? I'll put it in bottom of the top for that. I thought it was a nice experience. That I thoroughly enjoyed watching this.
Yeah. Tell us what you thought about this show on Twitter at Who Put This On. I know it's X. I keep debating whether I want to call it X or Twitter, but blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, it's okay.
As a shout out that is tangential to this, which is pretty close to a choose your own adventure, I played a game called The Quarry, which is like on Netflix or not Netflix. It's on Xbox. Sorry. It's on Xbox, published by 2K. So I can't tell too much about, and whatever. I thought the game was really fun, but you get to choose. It's like a horror scenario where you have like teens go to like camp, and you get to choose like what, like you literally get to choose what happens, but there are some like you get to walk around and like find clues and stuff. But it's mostly like you get to choose like, hey, do you free somebody from a set, do you go into like the back room or not? Or, and it ends up being like this like monster movie, but you get to choose kind of how people survive or not survive. And like there's scenarios where everyone dies and there's scenarios where everyone lives, and you get to like kind of choose which one you want, or at least you can at least strive for one or the other. But it's interesting. It's not the best game in the world, but it's a little too long. But it's kind of fun if you want to take it like one chapter at a time. Brian, you got any shout outs?
Cool. I'm going to shout out Curb Your Enthusiasm because I wasn't here last week and I don't know if it was said yet, but episode 1 has been really, really good.
Ooh.
It's back.
I haven't started it yet. I'm debating. Do I keep up with the week to week, or just wait and then suck it up, like drink it all in? I don't know.
Mixing it with like other TV, probably.
Yeah,
I don't think it's something that benefits from binging.
No, it probably doesn't. I just like, but then there's other shows I'm catching up on, since it's like my TV time, and then John Oliver's back, which is awesome. Yeah, but I probably just like should get up on the horse and buckle up.
Buckle up. You have any shout outs, Noah?
Yeah. So, binging wise, I am trying to now go through The Curse. It like, if the show wasn't a Nathan Fielder show, I would not be watching it. Like I'm waiting for like this payout, and I honestly don't know if it will come. I think I'm on episode 4, maybe 5. It's like there's a delight in the show that it's so well shot that like it makes you feel so awkward inside, that I really enjoy. That like there's a show that can make me feel that. But at the same time, it's not really enjoyable. Like I wouldn't recommend the show at this point in time. So jury's out for me on that on the curse, and it might be the first Nathan Fielder thing. I'm like, I get it. Too art house for me. Like, it wasn't really enjoyable. We'll see. And then second, I am all caught up on Love in Translation. Beverly and I will finish it.
Wow.
Yeah, we are keeping on. We like it. And yeah, it's been enjoyable to watch.
Well, there you go. Top third show. As for next week, we're going to be watching Couple to Thruple, Season 1, Episode 1. So if you want to join us for next week, you can watch that. And you can find us on Twitter at WhoButThisOn. Tell us what you thought about this show. You can find us on Facebook.com/WhoButThisOn. You can email us questions, suggestions at WhoButThisOn@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys next time.